about set for the first pitch. We were supposed to have some rain here today, and it is held off, which is a great thing for the Little League fans that hope to get a game in today and tonight, and they are succeeding in that. One already in the books. Here comes the next. Time now to meet the team, brought to you by PNC Bank.
My name's Matthew Fisher, and my favorite player is Luis Castillo.
My name is Rylan Jackson, and my favorite player is Chris Bryant.
My name is Nolan Chang, and my favorite school subject is lunch.
My name is Sam Santos. My favorite food is lasagna.
My name is Nathan Ehrlichman. My favorite food is my father's grilled cheese.
My name is Brooke Shuey, and my favorite actor is Bill Murray.
My name is Calvin Shumway, and my favorite MLB baseball player is Ty France.
My name is Campbell Foster, and my favorite team is Washington Huskies football.
My name is Brett Taylor, and my favorite food is sushi.
My name is Trey Kirchhoff, and my favorite player is Barry Bonds.
My name is Larson Ang, and my favorite baseball player is Julio Rodriguez.
My name is Owen Luke, and my favorite food is tacos.
Kristen Shuey is the manager of this team, and yesterday his son was thrown into a brutal situation. He ends up striking out 3. Christian told me a little while ago, I almost fainted. I mean, that's the type of emotion that he had down there on the field with his son coming up big in a game that eventually they lost in 9. A sacrifice fly for Texas got them to win 1-0. Batting order starts with Nolan Chang. He's got the only extra base hit this team has. It was a double. Kirchhoff is the pitcher. He's the number 2 hole hitter. Owen Luke is an extra hitter. Ang, Ehrlichman, and Fisher have been very good. Fisher 2 hits, Taylor and Jackson 3 and 2 hits, respectively. It'll be Declan McRoberts who's on the mound for California. Lucas Keldorf is his catcher. Underway.
McRoberts is not overpowering, roughly 65 miles an hour, throws a curveball. He's a strike thrower. He's a pitcher more than a thrower, and he throws a lot of strikes.
Out fairly shallow against Chang. That one's in there for a strike. We go 1-1. Nolan Chang, 12 years old, 5'4", 118 pounds. His favorite team, not a surprise, the Seattle Mariners. That's on the corner, 1-2. Nolan's got 2 hits in 8 at-bats and 2 RBI. Swings and misses there as the off-speed pitch is in there for a swinging strike. Well, he knows his assignment's going to be difficult, trying to keep the California offense down. Can Kirchhoff add to any offense for his team? He's a 12-year-old. He goes 5'2", weighs 103 pounds.
And Washington has been a devastating offensive team until last night when they went 4 for 30 against some really good pitching.
Yep, second base. That's past the dive of Lee. There is no play at first, and Kirchhoff helps himself with a single.
And you said it, Ravi. You look and give yourself an opportunity as we know he'll be pitching on the other side. Try to get something going for your team. Be a catalyst. Takes this ball, lets it get deep, goes to the right side. First base runner on there for Washington.
Here comes big Owen Luke. He's 5'7", 148. One of the few kids on the Washington team that can look some of the California kids in the eye.
Look how big the kids at the corners are right now. First and third. X are both as tall as you.
They're big dudes. 0-1. Off speed, did he go? Yep, 0-2.
But also the thing about those guys is they're athletes. All of the big dudes are athletes. They move well. All of them play well defensively. That's the difference here.
McRoberts ready. Just off.
X, you're right. I watched Jackson Kalish play first base and infield. That was amazing to be that big, this young, and move that well. Same with Louis Lappy at third.
Up the middle, this could be 2. Brooks, easy. That was fast. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Brooks steps on the bag, fires to first. Owen Luke grounds into a double play. And here comes California.
Yeah, let's get another look at this. Going right up the middle. No, I got this all to myself. turn it too early.
Kids from California have 3 wins here. They beat Ohio in a rain-shortened game. They beat Rhode Island. They beat Tennessee. Their only loss was to Texas with a win tonight. They'll get a chance for a rematch. We meet the kids. It's brought to you by PNC Bank.
My name is Lennon Salazar, and my favorite player is Buster Posey.
My name is Finley Green, and my favorite food is mangoes.
My name's Quinn Boley, and my favorite food's In-N-Out.
My name's Lucas Keldorf, and my dream job is to be a D1 baseball coach.
My name is Colby Lee. My favorite band is AC/DC.
My name is Max Baker, and my favorite artist is Ice Spice.
My name is Brody Brooks, and my favorite player is Ken Griffey Jr.
My name is Declan McRoberts, and my favorite team is the Dodgers.
My name is Ollie Parks, and my favorite actor is Jim Carrey.
My name is Louis Laffey, and my favorite food is a good steak and a baked potato.
My name is Crew O'Connor, and my favorite team is the Angels.
My name is Jackson Kalish, and my favorite artist is MF Doom.
Coaching staff led by the manager, that guy right there, Danny Boley, terrific guy. Tim Abrams, Eddie Lee helping out as well. And a long summer for all the managers that have helped their teams get this far, even those that didn't get this far. But this is a lineup packed, especially at the top with Brooks, Laffey, Kalish, Keldorf, and Baker. The top 5 are 23 for 45. That's a .511 batting average. 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. The rest of the order is hitting .085.
So this will be the key for Washington, is to try to get through 1 through 5. You have a chance, but that is a vicious group of hitters at the top of that order.
It is a gauntlet. You're going to see Brody Brooks first. 2 homers, 6 hits. And a slow roller, and this is trouble. Brooks to first, beat it.
Just talked about the speed and the athleticism of some of these bigger guys on the team for California. You mentioned the slow roller, but being able to get out of the box, use the speed, get down the first baseline, and with ease, he legs it out.
That's his 7th hit in the Little League World Series. That's the most of anyone here in Williamsport.
And the reason that he hits such a ground ball in the infield, the Kirchhoff approach is to get it in on these guys. They'll wait to swing, but if they get their arms extended, it's a problem. So an infield single. Here's Lappy, and he fouls that back.
Right, so the last time we saw Kirchhoff pitch Ravi, he threw a curveball all the time, and he threw a lot of them away. Coach has changed the strategy, just like you said. He's going to try to establish the fastball in, because these guys are so big. If he leaves a breaking ball away, they can hit it out of the ballpark to right field. So a change in strategy for Trey Kershaw.
0-2, and he just missed that. Another fastball challenge to Lappy, who is as big as he looks on TV. He's 6'1", 153.
I thought it was interesting. Lewis mentioned to Julie before the game, he'll still be looking to go opposite field, trying to drive something the other way.
0-2. Breaking pitch to the shortstop, Eng to Santos for 1, and that will do it. So 2 ground balls to start the game, and encouraging for Kirchhoff.
Kirchhoff had him off balance on that one, which was what you want to do with a really good big hitter. And he ended up kind of rolling over on it and got an easy out at second.
Here's big Jackson Kalish. He's the first baseman. Triple last night. Cleared him. And he got jammed there as well. Kirchhoff pinpoint control. Coaches will tell you, too, he will change speeds on his own on every one of his pitches.
And he's done exactly what Coach told us he was going to do. Fastball in. He's done it to all 3 guys.
Oof. He got his arms extended there. He has thrown 7 pitches, and they have all been strikes. The hitters have all swung at the first pitch.
Just love it, X. Pounding the strike zone, even with a really good offensive team.
What does Kirchhoff do? 0-2. Tries to spin one up there, and it's outside.
Yeah, Tim, to your point, Kirchhoff has to be able to move the feet of the hitters, right? Try to challenge them on the inner half, and then see if you can expand the zone late with 2 strikes with that slower off-speed pitch we just saw.
Jackson is 6 feet. He weighs 170. They want it up. Got it up. And the count evened up at 2-2. Nathan Ehrlichman is the catcher tonight. Challenge always to keep that ball in play. Kalish, Mom Jackie, and Dad Jay. On a 2-2. Up the middle, and it's underneath the glove of Sam Santos. The brakes are put on by Lappy. That was hard hit by Kalish. Second hit, third ground ball for California to start.
And that's what I've been so impressed with California from, even with two-strike hitting, being able to put something in play hard. They do a good job of letting the ball travel. They're not a team that is overly aggressive, trying to go get the baseball. Staying through the middle of the field right there was big.
Here's Lucas Keldorf. It's a familiar last name to sports fans. Chris Keldorf, of course, the quarterback years ago at North Carolina. That ball is high. Chris is good friends with Jeff Saturday, former ESPNer. So as a result, Lucas is good friends with Saturday. He's the catcher on California's team, swing and a miss as he went three-quarter slot to deliver.
Trey is so good, as you said, X, at moving the ball around. He's got a really good understanding of the art of pitching.
No swing. It wasn't very far off the plate. Could have been called a strike without a swing. It's 2-1. Lappy is at second base. Kalish at first. California trying to strike first. Now it's 3-1. California has 28 hard hit balls in this World Series. 3-2. We don't want a fastball. You know, the challenge for Kirchhoff too, to try to be efficient with his pitches. On the ground to third, and that's a foul ball. Close, but a foul ball. Good job by Brett Taylor, who's made a couple of web gem type plays at third for Seattle.
And Trey's got 85 pitches. They plan on using him for all 85 if necessary. They have other pitchers, but he's their best one.
Another 3-2 with 2 on and 1 down. Inside, that's ball 4, and they are loaded with California kids.
That's a great at bat right there.
Just where he wanted it, inside part. Hitter laid off of that. You're right, X. Great at bat, and now the bases are loaded.
And also in this situation, we understand that Kirchhoff is their best pitcher, so you're trying to be able to waste pitches, be able to foul some pitches off, get into that pinch count early. That's going to help California.
And infield up here, bases loaded, 1 out, first inning.
Max Baker, ball 1.
I'm a big believer, X. Bring the infield in. A lot of these are low-scoring games. You can't let weak contact allow a run to score.
Baker's a good hitter, and the outfield is shallow. He beats one into the ground. They'll come home with it, and you don't need to tag him, but he does. It was a force play, and that was a bit of a mistake by Nathan Ehrlichman. Regardless, they get the out.
And that's why you bring the infield in. If they played that back, he's probably not going to get the double play, but he gets the force at the plate.
And now it's going to be up to Declan McRoberts. He is the pitcher tonight. He's the 6th hitter. He does have 2 hits. In there for a strike.
As we said in the open, 1 through 5 has been destructive here in the Little League World Series. He's passed them without any runs, but still got the bases loaded.
0-1. A little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Kirchhoff, very aware of how he needs to be efficient with his pitches, has already thrown 21. Can McRoberts out of the 6th spot deliver? Gets it on the corner.
Remember, Ravi, we've seen him in one game where he was in trouble the first 2 innings and worked his way out of it. Never panics.
2 strikes, 2 outs, and he got jammed. This is a tough play. There's first base unoccupied. Run is going to come in. Little confusion. Fisher, Santos, Kirchhoff, 1-0. California on a ball that didn't leave the infield.
Well, X, that might have been a no man's land ball, but what's the teaching lesson here?
Yeah, if you're the first baseman, Fisher, once you've already committed and saw that ball coming towards you, you just got to go and hope that your second baseman or your pitcher in Kirchhoff is going to be able to cover, but you can't halfway commit, then try to go back at the last second, because then you're really in no man's land.
Oh, good job behind the plate by Ehrlichman. Crew O'Connor. California strikes first. Winner to the U.S. Championship game. Bases stay loaded. O'Connor looking for his first hit. Nearly had it.
And you got to try to make that decision at first base as early as possible. If you're going to stay at the bat, run straight to the bag. Don't stand there and try to figure out what you're going to do. That ultimately caused a little bit of that confusion, but it's a lesson learned for all the infielders.
Crew O'Connor is 0 for 8. He could have himself and everyone else forget about it if he can deliver. And a little blooper to shallow center, and there is Brooks Shuey to make the play. They had him loaded. They only are able to get one. Kirchhoff threw a lot of pitches, 26 in the first. Always memorable, and there have been some particularly memorable individual performances. We're seeing Brooks and Lappy tonight. Fan Chen-Jun has been ridiculous. Very rare that you see anybody throw pitches over 75 miles an hour. He's thrown 12 over 80. He's been unhittable. And DJ Jablonski is going to be ready to throw on Saturday for the team from Texas. That's the type of reactions you get when you talk about those individuals, man. We are rocking it. Probably maybe a little nervous habit. That's what we got to do. We're going to pass the time this way. Look out. Line shot right back up the middle from Larson Ang. McRoberts couldn't get his glove up in time. Leadoff single.
Not waiting around after a long inning there, long half inning, attacking that first pitch. I like the aggressiveness early in this at bat. Get on the dish and swing it, young fella.
Second base runner, second hit for Seattle. And here comes Nathan Ehrlichman. He's the catcher. 1 for 6 in Williamsport so far. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch.
He is such an interesting kid. He can play the piano and sing, do the Rubik's Cube in 20 seconds, plays 4 sports. It's a well-rounded young man.
And the piano he has used, as we heard from his mom and dad last night, to raise money for a variety of social causes in Seattle. Started during the pandemic for Zoom. He was hoping to raise, $500 to $1,000. He's raised over $20,000.
Wow. Whoa. Sounds like a future Roberto Clemente Award winner.
There you go.
You bet. I'd like to see him play the piano with X playing the sax.
I'll break it down.
Two and two. Nathan is 12. He's 5'4", weighs 119 pounds. Favorite player, the fleet-footed superstar Corbin Carroll of Arizona. That's up the middle. That's going to get down. And they will have 2 aboard. Right back up the middle approach, Ang and Ehrlichman.
And Coach told me before the game, we got to keep our hands back. We jumped a little bit too much there. An perfect example of him waiting on that ball and serving it up the middle.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of confidence, right? You think about these young 11, 12-year-olds allowing themselves not to be too early. Understand he throws a lot of mixed pitches, being able to use the fastball off speed. That's a great job.
3 hits. Here's Matthew Fisher, and that one is in there for a strike. This is a difficult part of the lineup here, just given Fisher, Brett Taylor on deck, and Ryland Jackson combined 7 hits between them. Squares to bunt, and he's not able to get that down as they try to move the runner up. Now he's in an 0-2 hole.
Coach Shuey was telling me about how he could barely sleep last night because there were so many strategic moves that he was thinking, should I have done this? Should I have done that?
Fisher, yes, he did. That's a strikeout. Matthew Fisher goes down. Foudy, what do you got?
Ravi, I'm with Nathan Ehrlichman's dad, Matt, who just got a single, by the way. Give it up here. And I'm also with Brett Taylor's dad, Mark. And one of the moms came up to me and said, you have to find the baseball husbands. So I have found the baseball husbands. What is the deal with you two? When did this bromance start? Because I understand you always sit together. You've been coaching together.
Yeah, since the start of All-Stars, we were the 4th and 5th coaches. So out here every day with these boys, you know, BP every day, just working with an infield. So it's just been an unbelievable run doing it with this guy, and being at these games, sitting next to each other every single game from the start of this whole run. It's been awesome.
Mark, are you nervous, or are you like, I know these boys so well, I don't even get nervous now that you're up here and not in the dugout?
Absolutely nervous seeing a strike go by here. But you know what? That's the greatest thing about being a dad. You get to sit here and cheer on your team. This is for everyone that's ever worn the Northeast colors. This run's for them.
Hey, last thing, I saw when Trey Kirchhoff made that big grab in the outfield in center field, you had a little moment together. I think we have a picture of that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. That happens all the time. It's just probably the one that ESPN actually caught. But yes, we've been hugging each other many, many a times here on this run.
Well, the love is spreading.
Foul, right here.
Mark, you got this. Enjoy the tournament, brother. Is he going to be okay?
Yeah, we're all over. We are all in on this thing. We are all in.
Have fun. Thank you.
Can't do it without the extra help, not just the 3 that are in the dugout here, but there's plenty more moms and dads that help. Now Taylor 3-2, spoils one. Good job by Brett, the third baseman.
Next, we've seen so much of that in the Little League World Series. Staying in the bat with an emergency hack just to keep it going.
Absolutely. Fighting, battling.
2 singles and a strikeout in this inning. Eng is at second. Ehrlichman at first. A 3-2 to Taylor. And this one to right field. Here comes Salazar. He's right there, and there'll be no tag. All of these kids from California have really strong arms. Tim can attest. You can add.
Tim can add. Tim can subtract. All these outfielders can really throw. And there's no reason to tag up there and risk it with 1 out, 2nd out. That would have been the 3rd out at third base. Not doing that.
Now Rylan Jackson, just 5 feet, 92 pounds. To second. Lee up with it, and he retires Jackson. They got the first 2 on. They can't get him in. Good swing by Jackson, who at 5 feet already has robbed a home run in Williamsport. Welcome back, everyone, to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series. It's presented by T-Mobile. Weather cooperating, beautiful night. And the Little League would like to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors like New Era, Cap, and Adidas. These companies provide year-round support to the Little League program, helping to create opportunities and experiences for families and communities. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children around the world. Delighted to have a special guest in our booth with us, the longtime phenomenal umpire, Jerry Davis, who is now working with Little League Baseball. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Thanks very much.
Great to see you.
Tim,
great to see you, Jerry.
These are usually the rooms I try to keep out of.
Not anymore. This is a friendly room right here.
Yeah, great.
Jerry's got a tremendous amount of experience with the World Series and the postseason. Oh, that one by Eng kind of caught him in between. But now you're working with Little League Baseball. Tell us what the purpose of that is.
Well, I was very fortunate to have had the type of career that was beyond my dreams, okay? And in order for me to give something back, I mean, this opportunity is very rare. And I've jumped at the opportunity when I had the opportunity to help with Little League International's Junior Umpire Clinic program that we're going to accelerate quite a bit. It's a free program for juniors around the country that, you know, if they have interest in umpiring, they can get started. That, and then we're also expanding our identification camps so that we travel to each region and identify the umpires that will be in future World Series.
These World Series.
These World Series and the regionals as well.
Okay, so the separate groups. I'm interested in the Little League World Series. You can go to a particular place to train for that.
That's correct. There are ID camps in each of the 5 regions that we have nationally. Yes.
Hey, Jerry, what's the most important thing you tell these umpires who are learning to get better? What's your #1 recommendation for them?
Well, I don't think there's any question at this level. I mean, this is Americana personified. I think if anybody is a baseball enthusiast at all, they need to come here. You know, I mean, it was once described as a county fair where a baseball game broke out. I mean,
we've never heard that one out here.
I've used it several times, Jerry.
But from an umpire perspective, the biggest thing here obviously is to try to relax. Because when these umpires come here, most of them have come. They do go to regionals first, but they're not exposed to this type of environment that often.
Yep.
So you try to get them to relax, and we're fortunate to have. And this is Brian Henry behind home plate, who's one of our returning umpires who has a lot of experience, and we're really fortunate that one of the things I say all the time is that a lot of people refer to them as volunteer umpires. Well, I think they're umpires who volunteer their time. I think that, it's a big thing because they're giving back to the game as well.
So it's a big distinction. That's an important distinction, though, is the umpires who volunteer their time, because volunteer umpire may suggest you literally just pluck them out of Wegmans. Like, that's not the case. They all come with experience.
Well, the thing that's interesting, how a lot of umpires get started, actually. A lot of umpires get started because a lot of way the coaches get started. They coach because their kids play.
Yeah.
And from an umpire perspective, they're in the stands on some Tuesday night at a local game, and the umpire doesn't show up. They ask them to come down and umpire, and they catch the bug.
How did you get started?
A similar situation. I used to play baseball in St. Louis, and I had hurt my arm and couldn't pitch, and the manager said, well, since you can't play, you're going to be the umpire tonight. And I did that, and he said, you're pretty decent. You should think about going to umpire school. And, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Strike 3 to Shumway. The throw down gets away from the infielder, so safe at second base. I'm curious, as you observe all the umpires, is there a particular issue, subject that you'd like to address, that you want to really advance, that you say we really should work on this?
Well, I think obviously the strike zone is one of the biggest things at every level.
Yeah.
And we can always improve that. We do that at clinics as far as tracking the ball with your eyes. And that's one of the things that every umpire needs to improve regardless of the level they're at. And one of the things we look for is, from being able to advance to this level, is how instinctive are they? Because it's kind of easy to learn to be a spot-to-spot umpire where you go to just a certain place.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you where to stand with a man on second. But when the throw's offline and you have to react, that's the kind of thing we're looking for.
Jerry, if an umpire makes a call or something that you need to talk to him about, good or bad, will you do it right after a game today or tomorrow or something like that?
That really depends on the severity, quite frankly. If they have other games that are coming up, you don't want to get in their head. It's like telling a shortstop who makes 3 errors in a row.
Right.
Same kind of things. But that's not true as far as praise is concerned. One of the things we want to be is to be able to develop the type of culture that's a positive influence and makes them want to continue to umpire.
Jerry's umpired 5 different World Series.
Six,
my bad, including the 04 World Series that ended a long streak for the Boston Red Sox. Beyond your experience in the 6 World Series and all your other postseason experiences, is there a call or calls that umpires find to be the most difficult beyond the strike zone? Is there a particular call?
I would probably say a check swing.
Yes.
That's the criteria that we use is did he offer at the pitch, and people have different judgments as to whether he offered at the pitch.
So Jerry's grandfather, he's the same age as me. His grandson is the same age as my car. Tell us what your nickname is, what your grandson calls you.
Well,
now.
that's Umpaw.
Umpaw,
which is a different phrase of grandpa.
So how did that come about?
Well,
he's watching you on TV, right?
Yes, exactly.
And your daughter
and he spotted me, yeah.
And he just blurts out?
Exactly, yeah. It's ironic and stuff. I don't know how where it came from. I'm sure it was being taught at a very young age.
This is Campbell Foster. There's one out in the bottom of the second and the 2-2. He does not offer at it, and it gets by the catcher. So down to third base goes Brooks Shuey. Yeah, offering is a really hard thing. Jerry, I spoke to what I consider our umpire expert at ESPN. His name is Judson Birch.
We have a lot of those umpire experts.
Well, but this guy's legit. Loves umpires, and I said, Jerry Davis is going to be in our booth tonight, and he said Jerry Davis isn't a good umpire or wasn't a good umpire. He was a great umpire.
Well,
and he knows.
I take that back what I said. He knows what he's talking about in that case.
And I said, so why? And he said, one thing Jerry did was avoid any type of major confrontation. Let's go to the 3-2, and that ball driven into the gap, and it is going to get down. RBI for Campbell Foster. The bottom of the California order's doing it. It's 2-0.
Jerry, how would you advise a young umpire to take control of the game? And obviously it depends on what's happening out there, but what's the best strategy to make sure you don't lose control of the game?
Well, I think that, first of all, you have to live to your personality. I mean, you can't, if you are an anxious type person, it's difficult to be laid back. And if you're laid back and you try to be aggressive.
Caught! They got a chance to get him. No, they throw it away, but a good job by Chang, who did the exact same thing last night. Pardon me, Jerry, but he came in and backed up the throw at first and threw a runner out at third. So after Finley Green singled in the run, Colby Lee popped out. A heck of a play by Luke. But look at the heads-up play by Chang there to back up.
Great job by the umpire getting out of the way there, too.
We had an umpire who had a little trouble with the heat the other day because it was so humid. Tell us how difficult it is to be in that kind of equipment on a really hot, humid day.
It's very difficult. It really is. The thing is, I mean, a lot of the stadiums that I, started in, like
well, that looked like it hit, Jerry. Did you see that play?
I did not.
This looked like it hit the batter's foot and shot up in the air. And no one appeared to see it.
In the box, so that's a foul ball because it hit the batter, and they didn't see it.
And
well, the pitcher is pointing it out now. I think he said that to the dugout, and here comes their manager.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, the pitcher's right. I mean, that ball hit off of the foot. He's going to have a good conversation. We can listen in. Oh, he does not have a microphone on, but he's right. Give Trey Kirchhoff credit. There's a great look at it. That ball went right off the foot of Lennon Salazar. Had a whole bunch of topspin. And this is a big, big play here because you're at the top of the order.
Definitely hit his foot.
I'm a little surprised that they are not asking to try to review that. That's
agree.
A foul ball. And now you bring the top of the order up.
Here he comes again. Here he comes.
Yeah, well, now we'll have this right. Again, a huge play in the game. But, Jerry, for an umpire, right, every play is as significant. It's not like seventh inning more important than the first inning.
That's exactly true, and you never know when that play is going to be the one that decides the game. You know, it's a difficult job, but it's a very rewarding one. You know, most of people talk about the abuse that we take, and that's one of the things that we really want to address. I mean, just in society in general today, there's a certain attitude toward authority that there hasn't been in a long time. And we at the Little League level in particular take a lot of abuse in that regard, and it's very difficult to retain umpires for that reason. I mean, if, the junior clinics that I've been at, I've been to a couple in California and one in Texas and stuff that we've started where there are, 60 to 80 junior umpires that are, 12 to 17 years old who want to umpire, and then once they get out there and they see the abuse they're taking.
That's a real problem. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to get into it and say, well, why would I want to get into it?
Yes, exactly. And fortunately, Little League International is going to be at the forefront of trying to address that. We're hoping to partner with the National Association of Sports Officials, also with the National Federation of High School, to deal with that and start some programs that, that make people more aware of it.
Right. All right, so foul ball was called. They looked at it, and Salazar's back up with an 0-2. That's strike three, and that was quick. Hey, Jerry, thanks so much for being with us. We know you love your job, and we're delighted that you're going to help us out.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Jerry Davis.
We love it.
Thanks for being here. All right, Julia, thank you. Cute kid, Brooks Shuey. He was on the mound last night. It's brought to you by Dollar Car Rental as we take a closer look at Brooks. Dad says when he's on the mound, he is singing and kind of humming different songs to himself. Probably Morgan Wallen, maybe a little Mac Bryan, big country guy.
And as you said, Ravi, struck out the side last night, brought into a game, bases loaded, struck out.
Don't want to say the side because there were other actions during. There was like a walk in there, and
he struck out 3 batters.
Thank you. Because you and I have had that
still the side?
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to get you riled up.
That's a debate. So he struck out in the last inning of the game last night, and Coach told me his son was crying after the game at the hotel, and then ESPN came on, and they showed all 3 of the strikeouts, like in a highlight package, and then he stopped crying. Good for him.
Shuey pops this one up. Is Brooks going to be able to go get it? Yeah!
Oh, my goodness.
Nice play by Brody Brooks in foul territory.
First off, if you're going to be a Little League shortstop at this level, Brody Brooks is the name you should have. That is a perfect shortstop's name. The only thing I like more than a good little shortstop is a good big shortstop. This is a big kid, and he made a tremendous sliding catch here for the out.
On a field, obviously, he's not very familiar with. Swing and a miss from Calvin Shumway. This is the 10th batter in the order. You have 12 before you get back to the top. That's why that review was so big last half inning for Washington. Fewer pitches, and you avoided, at least for the time being, the top of this California order. Shumway looking for his first hit here, and the off-speed got him 1-2.
So his grandparents drove from the regionals in San Bernardino to Williamsport. 5 days it took them to get here, but it was well worth it.
There's a strikeout.
We got to go back to this Brooks catch here. Brody went to go get this ball and made it look so easy with the slide. It's so smooth. Did a great job of finding the ball, having control of his body, and securing the out. Look how nasty that is right there.
Ruck Showalter calls it range in the air for an infielder, and that's precisely what range in the air is, going to get the ball in foul territory like that.
Big number 13 is Campbell Foster. He's a fan of the UW Huskies. This Little League is located just about 10 minutes outside of the University of Washington, 10 minutes north. And Foster behind 0-1. Yeah, that slow one's gotten him again, 0-2, and he knows it.
He's gone to every Husky game with his dad since he was 4 years old.
He is gone, and impressive performance there by Declan McRoberts. He gets the good play by his shortstop, strikes out Shumway and Foster. Coming soon to theaters Friday, August 25th, The Hill, the inspirational true story about family, faith, and a baseball miracle. Dennis Quaid stars in The Hill. It's rated PG, and it's time now to check out the trailer. It's all about Game Changer, the Little League stats provided by Game Changer. It's the official scorekeeping and stats technology partner of Little League and the Little League World Series. Game Changer now offers free live streaming for regular season local youth games, plus automatic video highlight clips when you stream and score your games. You know, Danny Boley said, I got a lot of pictures that I can use, and he certainly may be using more than the one that's on the mound now. He's got a chance to warm up Ollie Parks. So when you look at California's pitching, he gets Max Baker back Friday, Lappy available Saturday, Kalish available on Sunday. If you think ahead, and California's the team to get there. The ace is on the mound in Kirchhoff for Seattle. And that first pitch driven to right center. Shuey, he's not going to get it, and it will hop over the wall, and Brooks continues his torrid pace. 2 hits tonight. That's a double.
And he's now got 8 hits in the Little League World Series. That's the most of anyone. And now these first 5 in the order in the Little League World Series are 26
It's crazy.
50.
It's crazy.
What makes these California hitters so good is they allow the ball to travel. They have a short, compact swing, and they stay through the zone for a very long time.
You got to be careful here with Louis Lappy. Ooh, he got jammed.
So Mike, our researcher, has told us that's the 18th foul ball for California in this game. And this is what good hitters do. They foul the ball off, stay in at bat, wait for something they can drive, and find it. And that's
Lappy
what
takes a few steps off the plate, Tim, maybe to try to get those arms extended a little bit.
Just to repeat the strategy, establish the fastball in. And Lappy remember, he got jammed his first time up. And you're right, he backed off the plate just a little bit.
0-2. 3 home runs here at the World Series for Louis Lappy.
And to your point, Tim, I even go back to last inning and Finley Green just battling off pitches, doing a good job of staying in the at-bat. This California lineup is not afraid to get to 2 strikes because they'll battle with the best of them.
Brooks at second after a double. Swing and a miss. Really good pitch that time by Kirchhoff. It broke way across the plate, and he chased.
Again, that's his best pitch, curveball away. He established the fastball in so well that he could go get that, and Lappy swung and missed.
Now he's ready for Jackson Kalish. He singled and scored in the first.
X, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
So you're as tall as him. That's amazing.
Said another way, that 12-year-old's as tall as X.
That's almost
way taller than you, Tim.
Right. Well, X's mother is younger than me. Think about that for a second.
Come on. All right, here we go, man. Right back.
X is a young man.
X, or I'm an old man, or both.
Ball.
He's trying to bury him inside. He's falling behind 2-0.
And what that does, or what that approach does, is try to speed the hitter up on the inner half, right? Trying to feel like I got to get the barrel out in front, get my hands going, and then you expand the zone with the off speed, which we've seen him do.
There is the off speed. Kalish hit a triple down the line last night, right over the bag at first.
I find this interesting. His sister is dating Lars Nootbaar of the Cardinals. What a cool thing.
Is that why his favorite player is Lars Nootbaar?
Yes.
Oh.
Didn't get that one. It's now 3-1. He has thrown 58 of 85 pitches, and it's only the third. There's one out. Needs those.
Oh, well.
It's just one of those ones. 3-1. If you're committed, just go get it, right? Don't be in between. With his power, he'll still miss-hit one and still be able to drive it to right center.
Kirchhoff will go to third. And the out is recorded there. Trey Kirchhoff, the athlete in him, caught it, fired to third. And they take out Brody Brooks.
Brett Taylor with a nice tag right there over at third base. We see how quick Kirchhoff is off the mound, gets to this ball, relax, easy throw over to third. Taylor with the nice tag. Getting that throw, putting on the tag quick.
Just another reason why when you're not pitching in Little League, go play another defensive position. It'll make you a better pitcher. It'll make you a better defender. He made that play in part because he's a great center fielder.
Sure did. So they erased the leadoff man. Here's Keldorf. Strike number 1. Kirchhoff is keeping his team in it. Only 2-0 California. And this one's going to get down in front of Shuey. Now first and second. Keldorf has reached twice tonight with a walk and now a single. Just relentless pressure from the California hitters.
And this is Max Baker, who says if he wins the lottery, he's going to buy the Red Sox.
Then he said he might go out and get Shohei Ohtani. And of course, Ohtani all over the news here with a torn UCL. He will not pitch again the rest of the season. The specter of surgery is out there. And I believe the Red Sox won 17-1 today, so I don't think we need to change anything. Over the Astros. That ball is through into right field. And the brakes are on Kalish. Good throw from Chang in right. And they are loaded. But here we go again. The top 5 guys in the order have twice now been up, and twice the bases have been loaded in those innings.
Again, no reason to risk an out on the bases here. You've got Thunder all the way through this lineup. You got a 2-0 lead.
Declan McRoberts. This ball to right, playable. Chang right there for the out. And they will strand the bases loaded. And instead of a 3-4-5, it stays 2. 2-0 California midway through with the Little League World Series.
Ravi, I have got Lucas Keldorf's mom, Michelle, with me. And Michelle, Lucas has been sick these last few days. We've been talking about the bug and the stomach flu that's been running through this California team. One of the last ones to get it. I mean, IVs, it has been intense. How is he doing?
Today, he is so much better. Monday was horrible. Tuesday better. We had a little setback, but he's back to himself today, which is so nice to see.
He mentioned, and we've been talking about, Carl Ravitch mentioned that your husband, Chris, who's not here, so he can't defend himself, so we love this.
Yes, we like
he was a quarterback, of course, at UNC. You were a stud swimmer at Princeton, so we need to know who was the best athlete in the family.
Well, it's a little hotly debated. In my family, we say that if they got Chris's hand-eye coordination and my endurance, they'd be okay. If they got the opposite, they'd be in a little bit of a spot. So I'm going to call it a tie, but the kids will probably tell you him, and that's fair. I'm not going to fight it.
I am not calling it a tie.
Thank you.
We're going to go with Michelle. Do you want to know what Lucas said?
Lucas said dad, but that's okay. I get it.
But his reasoning was way off. He said because he played in front of bigger crowds. I was like, Lucas, that does not matter.
Yeah,
so.
Nobody comes to watch the mile. I'm sorry to all the swimmers out there, but nobody comes to watch you swim for 20 minutes.
I'm going with you as best athlete. I'm so happy to hear he's feeling better. I know it's been a slog for him, and he's been playing great. So enjoy the tournament. Chris, sorry you're not here to defend yourself, brother.
All right, Jules, thank you.
Ball.
Chris, for a while, was just a phenomenal quarterback at Carolina. I'm not suggesting that he's any better athlete than his wife, but he was darn good when he was in his heyday at Carolina.
Well, it always helps when mom and dad are athletic. Good chance the kids are going to be athletic.
Swimming for a mile? That is a long way.
Julie tells a great story about her son who just keeps asking Julie, like, can you just explain, like, why I was born to, like, soccer players? Like, I want to play basketball. Couldn't we have just kind of found somebody tall? Like,
Right.
Mom, what's up with that?
Right. Why couldn't you have married someone who was like 6'4"?
Ball.
And then there's Todd Frazier, who said to me that Todd's dad is 6'8". Todd said, God, I just wish I was a couple inches taller. He said that to me.
How'd that make you feel?
Chang, that one center, going back. Baker, he will not be able to run it down. Nolan Chang is in at second, stand-up double. What a good hitter. He's got both extra base hits for Seattle, both doubles.
And Chang's done it both defensively and offensively now, making some nice plays out there in the outfield, but then also getting out in front of this one, getting the barrel through, exploding with that backside rotation, putting himself in scoring position for his team.
He has a really quick bat. We've seen it in the entire Little League World Series. Perfect example right there.
Chance for Trey Kirchhoff to really help himself. That's a great pitch on the outside corner to get ahead. McRoberts 0-1. Trey has singled tonight.
Ball.
California found itself in a big battle last night, survived. They're in a tough test tonight.
Ball.
Oof. Second time through the order. Seattle has a better, Washington has a better idea of what the strike zone looks like, better idea of what they're going to get at the plate. Now it's time to feast.
Good take.
2 good takes, last 2 pitches. Now he's got him in a hitter's count.
Back foot all the way into the box.
Trey's great uncle was a relief pitcher for the Pirates in the minors. After they won the regionals, he gave him some advice. Hit it up the middle. He does. He's being waved. Ball bobbled in center. Chang is in. It's 2-1. Kirchhoff is 2 for 2. He's got an RBI now, and it's a new ball game.
A great swing here by Kirchhoff, staying right where this ball came from. Once you kind of see the bobble out there, kind of misplay from Baker, see Chang was able to keep coming around third and put his team on the board.
There's a break ball up, and he went and attacked it.
This is Owen Luke. A little hesitation for Chang, waiting to find out if he was going to be waved in, and as soon as it got away from Baker, he was off. Slow roll to third. Lappy goes to second. It's dropped. I don't think Colby Lee was attempting to transfer or even think about a double play. It just was dropped.
Honestly, I thought this was a good throw by Lappy from third base, coming over to second as we get another look. Does a nice job of being able to secure it, using his feet, moving his feet. It just kind of clanked over there at second. Don't see California too often make these mishaps, but Washington trying to take advantage.
Again, with outs so much at a premium in a 6-inning game.
You're good.
Get the shirt on.
Hey. Hey. So we're making some plays, but we're not making the play, right? We're making the one play, not making the next play. Hey, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Let's get a ground ball. Let's get a couple more outs. Let's get out of this thing. All right? Let's not let what's happening to us define who we are, because we're a better ball club than that. We're a better ball club than that. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, bring it in. Let's go. Let's go. Wow.
A little uncharacteristic play from California here. The ball bobbled in center field by Baker, allowed Chang to score. And then a drop, and here comes the cleanup hitter, Larson Eng. He singled his first time up. Third hit in Williamsport.
Yes, you did.
And X, we've seen it so many times. First pitch breaking ball. Out in front.
Kirchhoff, terrific speed at second. And that's going to go foul. All right, X, he's got him set up now. You go breaking pitch away again.
Yeah, you got to be able to expand a little bit, either that or up in the zone with that fastball. Try to get him out of his zone here.
Wait for me.
Eng and the on-deck hitter Ehrlichman both got hits their first time up. Back up the middle, stopped this time by McRoberts. He'll go to first and pick up the out. Both runners move up, second and third. Good hands that time by Declan McRoberts.
Slowed that ball down. Not sure that's going to get through into the outfield, but take no chances. Keep it in front of you, getting out.
Good crowd on the hill tonight. And a big spot in this game. 2-1 California, second and third. He gets out of this, it'll be huge. If Ehrlichman can get a hit, he can put his team on top. Ball one. Okay, it is uncharacteristic. I mean, California has limited extra bases, and they have given up almost nothing when it comes to wild pitches or pass balls. On the ground to short. Fielded, fire to first. Brody Brooks has an absolute cannon out there.
How smooth was that? That's a big shortstop gliding to a ball and throwing a seed to first.
Nice night here in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Beautiful sky. We welcome you back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series is presented by T-Mobile. Well, the excitement of the World Series can be downloaded in the Little League World Series app. Fans can view schedules, they can get highlights, they can plan their experience. Just use the official LLWS app. Download today for Apple and Android devices. California coming up in the bottom of the fourth, and we go to Julie.
Ravi, I found Wayne Boley, who's Danny's dad, maybe more importantly, Quinn's granddad, in the stands today. And Wayne, you dropped into that really intense game yesterday, the first time you've been to Williamsport. How was that?
It was very exciting. I saw one of the best 3 innings, 2.5 innings of a baseball game that I've ever seen. Great baseball.
This is your first time at Williamsport, yes?
First time.
Uh-oh, this ball wound down left field. Foster dropped it.
Well, there's a luck.
That's a big break right there for California.
Wayne, I understand that you know Jerry West well out in Los Angeles, obviously legend with the Lakers. What's the backstory on that? Because this is a good one.
Well, when I was in college at LMU, it was Loyola University, the basketball players were the only ones allowed in the gym when the Lakers were practicing. On the Lakers was a gentleman named Jerry Grody who played at Loyola University, so he knew me, I knew him, practice was over, and Jerry Grody asked if we wanted to play some volleyball, because he knew I played. I said, sure. So we set the net up on the other end of the court, and Jerry stuck around to shoot. And after he shot for about 15 minutes, he looked at us and he walked over to Jerry Grody and said, can you teach me how to do this? It looks like fun. And he said, I can't, but this guy can, and he pointed to me. Well, I got to tell you, Jerry is one of the most incredibly gifted athletes. Within 10 minutes, he was bouncing balls, when he timed it correctly, into the ceiling of our gym.
From spiking them straight down.
Spiking them straight down.
What a story. How have you, how has your reaction been to being at Williamsport for the first time, watching on TV for so long?
It is, compared to television, this is unbelievable. Everyone and anyone who's never been there should do it. I mean, I've been a sports fan all my life, and watching this on TV, there's no comparison when you're here in person.
Yeah.
The people, the field, the people, the volunteers, even the coverage.
And you get to watch your son, of course, be the manager, and your grandson as well. Thank you so much, Wayne, for your time.
Thank you.
Jerry Grody, Jerry West, and we all got to find new jobs. We are not helping translate the Little League World Series at all. We are not painting the right picture.
Well, you're the voice of it, so I blame you.
I'm out, yeah. I'm not doing it. But he's right. You've got to see this place in person. Slow roller here from Parks. B.T. Taylor got him. Good play, tough play by Brett Taylor at third base for the second out.
Jerry West. If people don't know who Jerry West is, one of the 15 to 20 greatest players of all time, 6'4", 2-guard, 60 years ago, if not more. Tremendous defender. If they kept steals back when he played, he would average 5 a game.
Chance for Finley Green again. And did he do it off the end of the bat? This time it's Ang. He makes the play. Good defense tonight with the runners on. We'll go to the 5th inning.
He is a magician, Trey. He gets out of any sort of issue. Really impressive.
Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. The light show that is at Lomity. We try to translate that to the television audience, and then the lights come back up, and we got ourselves a beautiful baseball field. Speaking of beautiful baseball fields, Oracle Park, that's where we'll be Sunday night series finale. The NL East leading Atlanta Braves and the Giants, who are in a dogfight for a wild card spot. 7 Eastern ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. We'll start at 6 Eastern with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Michael K. and A-Rod with a K-Rod presentation on ESPN2. Phillies, Giants, Reds, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Marlins. You got a feel for that, X? How's this going to play out?
I like, obviously, the Phillies at the top. I do like the Cubs. And you know what? The pitching of the Marlins is starting to come around a little bit.
Yeah.
I like them in that 3 spot.
All right.
We're going to the final week. There's going to be at least 1 spot open with 4 teams going for 1 spot. That would be perfect.
Sunday night, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN2.
Ball.
We start at the top of the 5th inning. Washington and California in a good one. 2-1 California. And Matthew Fisher, the first baseman, struck out his first time up. Leans out of the way of that one.
All right, 2-0. They need a base runner here. X, you're going to let him swing, or you're going to say, let's make him throw a strike this
Yeah,
inning?
you got to swing. Got to be aggressive in these hitters' counts right now. It's a good take, though.
3-0, 6, 7, and 8 to lead things off for Seattle, Washington. The offense with a plus 93 runs since the start of the state tournament. Wow, missed down low, 4-pitch walk, leadoff man aboard.
I really feel like the momentum kind of shifted a little bit into Washington's favor over that last half inning. You know, a ball misplayed in the outfield, but at the same time, able to come back with runners on base and end up with the 0 that inning. They can feed off of that and take it into these at-bats.
60 pitches now for Declan McRoberts. This is Brett Taylor. He got his knees buckled on a good breaking pitch. You're right, Tim, too. Kirchhoff got in trouble when his left fielder couldn't make the play, and they stranded the runner at third. This one to right, that's down. He'll stay first and third. If that had been fielded cleanly by Lennon Salazar, perhaps a play at first, but it was off his glove. Now first and second, nobody out.
X was frantically pointing at first. We're going to have a play.
You just see how hard he hit the ball. You know, as soon as you hit that ball that hard to right, you know you got to bust it down the line, because the outfielder's going to have a chance in Salazar to throw you out at first. The pads are pumped.
Larry Walker did that once to Tony Fernandez years ago. A position player threw him out at first.
You're good. You go to short, right? Hey, let's have some fun, bud. Hey, this is what we're made for. This is what you were born to be. Born to be a star. Let's go.
Declan McRoberts coming out of the game. Looks like Brody Brooks will be next up to pitch for California. With 2 on, nobody out. Well, the college football season kicking off Saturday. The 18th annual MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff game, South Carolina State, Jackson State. Center Park Stadium in Atlanta, our celebration of HBCUs will start at 7:30 Eastern Time on ABC for the first time, and the ESPN app. You can feel football in the air. It's certainly on the airwaves, that's for sure. But the temperature's starting to go down a little bit, and it's starting to feel like football weather. And here in central Pennsylvania, where they take football as seriously as they do anywhere else in the country, you watch the local news. They got their top 16, top 20 teams, and they are set to kick things off Friday Night Football. Back here, Little League World Series, still center stage, 2 on, and let's see what Brody Brooks does. His first pitch way outside.
So that great arm that we saw at shortstop, now on the mound. So classic Little League World Series. Shortstop comes in to pitch. Happens all the time.
He gets a bunt down, and they will go to third really easily, too. Brody Brooks, as athletic as Kirchhoff, he made it look simple, and they cut down the lead runner.
Again, Ravi, that's what happens when you put a shortstop on the mound. He cuts down the lead runner like he's done that a million times, because he has.
And really, with the runner on first and second, you're trying to get this toward the third baseman. Third baseman playing even with the bag. McRoberts was. Want to try to aim it towards him. You bunt it right back to the pitcher. It's an easy force at third.
Ooh. Inside, spins Brooks Shuey out of the way. Well, you're going to get a tear in your eye. How about your son delivering a hit against a pitcher like this? Ooh, just missed. Foul ball down the line.
Yeah, Coach told me, he said, when I walked in this stadium for the first time, I started to cry. And he said, I've cried more times this week than any week of my whole life. That's how emotional this trip has been, especially when you got your son on the team.
No doubt it. Christian, Kelly. A lot of tears being spilled by managers for the first time here. And then a couple of guys have been here. Randy, who's been here 3 times. Nolensville, Tennessee. Maybe next year, 4 in a row. Brooks deals. And a tough hop. Fielded to second. Yes. And now they got maybe a rundown here. Lappy to third. Back safely. Ooh. Held on it a little bit too long. Taylor back safely at third. That's a heck of a play by Lee at second.
Really underrated, difficult play there, because once that ball bounced a second time, it's that in-between hop, and it takes off on him. That ball was by him, and he reached back to catch it. That's not an easy play.
No, not an easy play. I look at, you know, the fact that Lee was able to understand and get his body under control, then make a good throw to second.
Shumway, slow roller. McRoberts, good throw, and man, these two teams are getting runners to third, and they are not being able to bring them in. Good pitching, good defense, both sides. Good game. Bottom 5 coming up. Our game track is brought to you by Geico. California 2, Washington 1. Kirchhoff still on the mound. He has thrown 73 of a potential 85 pitches. California's into its bullpen. We are into the hill, and Julie.
Ravi, you know, when it gets to be this time of night, I just got to come out and chill with my family, my adopted family in Williamsport. Come on, the Conklins. Christine was the first one I met here when I got here, like 6-7 years ago. But there is something that's really cool about this hill. Besides the fact that Christine has been watching the Little League World Series with Bob for a long time. Bob, how many years have you been watching the Little League World Series?
For 70 years. Over on the original field back in the early 1950s.
So Christine played in Williamsport Little League, but even more impressive is they carry in these chairs so that they can sit on the hill. Christine, talk about making the chairs.
Well, the chair process is cutting the legs off to make them hill.
Dare we show them? Yes. I might eat it on this hill because it is actually really steep.
This chair here. So it's cutting the back legs off, and then figuring out how we want to personalize them with spray paint and stencils and lettering to make them ours. And
actually, someone came the other day, true story, they cut the front instead of the back.
That's not going to work.
So they were watching the game with their back to the game, I think. No, but this is a family that's locals and true, and they're on the hill every night. So I love when I can come and sit up and share a little bit of the game with them. So much fun.
Thank you, Julia. We got a chance to meet them last year, too. Wonderful family. 70 years of Little League games.
She's wearing a jacket that looks like a baseball.
So great.
So great.
Where do we find those? Lee, slow roller. Taylor, he's been terrific, but that's a short hop, and Matthew Fisher fishes it out of the dirt.
I just get excited, fellas, when I see the first baseman be able to dig something out over there, pick it with the glove, helping out the infielder, saving an error. See him bounce off there. Taylor does a nice job, and then Fisher over there with the scoop and pick.
Not easy, too. Here's Lennon Salazar. He is the 12th hitter in the lineup. Back to the top after this. Ground ball fielded. Eng by a half a step. Good hustle by Salazar down the line, but there are 2 down. And very efficiently, 5 pitches so far thrown in the inning.
Kirchhoff's up to 78. He can only go to 85.
This is the toughest part here. Brody Brooks 2 for 2 tonight, 8 hits in the Little League World Series.
He was saying before the game he's got older brothers who made him a whole lot better because they're bigger than him, stronger than him, older than him, challenge him, and he stands up to it. Good for him.
Learned last night from Julie when talking with Brody's mom. They've turned their 3-car garage basically into a wiffle ball stadium. They have carpeting down there. There are no cars allowed in the garage. And they have been playing wiffle ball for a long, long time. Carson is 17, Logan is 15. And here is Brody at 12. This one's playable. Chang's been great. Watch out. He's there to make the play. And a very good inning for Trey Kirchhoff. First time tonight, Brooks is retired. We get ourselves a ball game, fellas. We're going to the 6th inning of this one, 2-1. Really tight game. Give Washington credit, man. They are in every game. 9 innings last night. And here they are pushing California. California had been red hot with their bats. They're healthy again. But Kirchhoff has been dynamite on the mound. Their defense has been terrific. Right field, Chang's come up with some huge plays. And now they got to get at least one here in the top of the 6th. Hey, Little League is the place for your son and daughter. You want your kids to experience the teamwork and fun of the Little League baseball or softball programs, visit playlittleLeague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Here we go. Brooks to Foster. Fouls off the first one.
2-1 game under the lights at Lamedy. Doesn't get much better than this.
Sam Santos next up, good hitter, and then Chang, who's got the double. Umpire says he's ready. 0-1. He did swing. How about how far that pitch moved from Brody Brooks?
Yeah, that's the tough thing is, holding up, kind of controlling those emotions right here in the 6th inning, sticking with your plan.
Swing and a miss. Brooks picks up another punch out there.
That's gas. Nasty break and more gas. Checked out this last pitch here. This is just heat coming right at you. Mano y mano. Can you touch it or not? Because I'm bringing that fuego.
6th strikeout of Washington hitters. Santos is a good contact hitter. Watch it. That one got him on the back. Hit him right in the back, and now the tying run goes to first. And the top of the order coming up.
Tim, I'm not even sure why he went to the off speed after throwing that type of heat and blowing it by. I'm challenging him.
He's got a good curveball, but
remember Nolan Chang last time really stepped into one and sent it to the wall for a double. One ball, no strikes. Kirchhoff, the starting pitcher, due up next. Lucas Keldorf wants to have a word with his pitcher, Brody Brooks.
He's bringing some gas. Even that last one, ump kind of jerked a little bit out of the way. He didn't want no part of that.
Good for Nolan. Laying off that ball. He's not going to catch up to that. Not up where that one was.
Santos, a good athlete with good speed at first. That's high. 2-0.
Looks like he's going to make him throw a strike here, X.
Yeah, I like it because Chang has the ability to really handle the bat. We've seen him swing the bat well today. Should have a lot of trust in himself.
Washington is 1 for 9. Runners on. Gets the call at the knees. 2-1. Remember Kirkland, Washington on the whole thing in 1982. They were in the title game in 1985 as well. And here's that pitch, swing and a miss. 1980, I should say. And a good battle from Brooks to even it up. A little rally sneaker action.
Another heater here.
Yeah, I'm not messing around. I'm just going straight with that gas until somebody hits it.
That is gas outside, 3-2. What a battle.
A little tail on it, X. He just got a piece of it, kept this bat alive.
Chang settles in. Brody Brooks ready. Owen Chang's got an older brother, Spencer. And he has been helping him get ready as well. No, he missed with an off-speed pitch and a great at-bat from Chang, tying run to second.
Really focused at bat there, doing a good job spoiling a couple pitches. You know that at-bat was great from an offensive standpoint. Ended up offering that 3-2 little curve.
And here you go, Trey Kirchhoff, the guy they want up in this spot. Good pitch there from Brooks.
Pitched his heart out on the mound. He's 2 for 2 at the plate, driven in a run.
Another good one, a back-up breaking ball. Kirchhoff behind 0-2.
And that's why he throws it sometimes, X, because it's hard to hit.
Goes quickly here, and he gets Kirchhoff. What a strikeout of Kirchhoff by Brooks. Breaking pitch, breaking pitch, breaking pitch.
Check out this break here. That one backed up on him. Tough to pull the trigger, and then this one just filthy down and away. What are you gonna do with that right there? Break it off.
Up to Owen Luke. Strike one. Whoa, that's a strike. And Luke spun out of the way of it.
That is 2 breaking balls in this inning that have just bent the hitters in half.
Here we go again. That's dropped, and the third strike allows the runner to go to first. With 2 outs, he can go to first. They are loaded. Wow. That's the first wild pitch that California has had. The first one. And with first base occupied and 2 outs and a drop third strike, you can go.
In the whole Little League World Series.
First one.
That's amazing.
And that's the only thing I was a little worried about, how nasty that pitch is. Being able to try to stay in front of that for Keldorf. Got to lock it up here.
Here we go again. First pitch, ground ball. Not fielded cleanly. They step on the bag, and that will do it. Wow, did that happen fast, but California is on to the championship game.
I'm going to say it again, Ravi. What a game.
Lappy had it in and out of the glove, took a breath, flipped it to Lee, and ended the game. Washington had him loaded and couldn't push it across. What a game.
What drama, what a finish. They're 12 years old. How is this happening?
And that was rapid fire baseball.
That was really good.
My heart is still beating.
Exactly.
Watching that. Nice job, McRoberts on the mound, and then Brooks being able to finish it out there with a lot of drama. Those California kids continue to move on.
Well, you want to stand in applause. That was a really well-played Little League baseball game with everything on the line. California will get its rematch with Texas, and they'll get DJ Jablonski on Saturday for the United States Championship. These two teams flew together from San Bernardino. There's a lot of respect. They like each other a great deal, and they now have a memory for the rest of their lives. Well, the pitching depth of California proves to be a little bit too much as they take care of a very game team from Seattle, Washington. Brody Brooks, ball put in play. Lappy needed to make it. Look out. Bobbled, flipped, game, set, match.